Mind-blowing. Look at this. Incredible.
I've been to Japan several times, but never to explore the remote, rural and volcanic south, where you can expect the unexpected. The extroverts, risk-takers, and the unpredictable.
I want to see an aspect of Japan where they enjoy the wildest side of life.
Japan, a country of 6,000 islands, dominated by Honshu, the home of the country's capital.
Where are you from?
Japan!
But 500 kilometers south of Tokyo is the Kansai region they call the heart of Japan, and a city with a very different history and personality, Osaka.
This was Japan's real first gateway to the rest of Asia, Korea and China especially. It's a real trading hub, export, import, commerce, and it was run and still is by businessmen and merchants.
And it's those generations of wealthy traders that have shaped the city, creating its own unique culture. It's become a centre for food and developed as a home for popular entertainment.
It's frantic behind there.
And in particular, humour became Osaka's speciality, flourishing into a multi-million-dollar business.
It's about 9 o'clock in the morning, and look at this. This is the hottest ticket in town.
Osaka is Japan's mecca of comedy.
These guys are really famous here.
This theatre claims to be the busiest and most popular comedy venue in all of Japan. The demand is phenomenal. It's open 365 days a year to full houses of up to 4 shows a day. That's around 1 million people a year. Thanks to constant TV exposure, comics are huge celebrities. Fans travel from all over the country to see the stars live on stage.
Why are you here?
1回何ヶ月に来てみたくて来ました。
旅行で来てせっかく大阪に来たんで、一回見てみたいなと思って。はい、
どうして
どうして記念に。はい。
The show includes many types of comedy, but one of the most common and popular is Manzai. A double act with a straight man and a funny guy trading jokes. And it's this style that emerged in Osaka.
So, this is now the 3rd act that we've seen, and each one is going down a storm.
I wanted to find out more about the roots of comedy in this city.
Hello,
Hi, Roger-san.
Kaishi-san, yeah? Nice to meet you.
Katsura Kaishi practices the traditional form of comic storytelling, rakugo, and he says Osaka's love of entertainment and culture evolved from its trading history.
大阪はもともと商売人の町でお金のやり取りがあったので、角が立たないように笑いでこう円滑にコミュニケーションをしたんでしょうね。
So, there is a very special sense of humour here in Osaka. Okay.
Kaishi has learned to perform in English as well as Japanese in order to share his art with the world.
日本人のイメージありますよね。真面目な顔をして、そして英語が苦手で髪の毛下に分けて、落語はそれを全部覆すので、だから明日聞いてほしい。
I'll come to your show tomorrow. We'll see. We'll find out.
Rakugo comedy was invented by Buddhist monks to make their teachings more entertaining.
There was a car accident, and the family, father, mother, their children were all hospitalized. But their pet a monkey was the only one left with police. The police said, "Oh, I wish this monkey could talk."
It's a storytelling tradition that obviously resembles stand-up comedy, but this is some 200 years older.
What was the father doing? Oh, he was drinking. Maybe he was drinking and driving. Well, what are you doing, monkey?
After the show, I wanted to get some tips from the expert.
Oh, okay, very good. Hold a pen properly. Monkey, what was the father doing? Okay. Hang on a minute. What were you doing, monkey? And that's it.
You should move to Japan, and you should be a professional rakugo performer.
Really?
Oh.
Time now to leave Osaka and head 30 kilometers south to a satellite city, Kishiwada, home to Japan's most famous and dangerous festival.
I'm about to witness something really quite special. One of Japan's wildest annual festivals.
And it's rehearsal time for a jamboree that's been going on for 300 years. It began when local craftsmen would show off their wares to the lord of the castle. Today, the tradition continues with teams, still all male, from individual neighbourhoods competing in a procession around the city. This year marks the debut of a brand new float, or danjiri, and PQ is the proud master craftsman.
Are you excited? Maybe I can help. Can I help with the rehearsal, with the pulling? Maybe.
Before anything can happen, there's an official blessing where they pray for safety.
They are the kind of offering to the god and wishes for happy and safe festival.
I'm now a member of a very, very special group. Even though this is a dress rehearsal, it's deadly serious, deadly serious.
It may not technically be a race, but pride dictates the 4-ton float hurtles around at full throttle. Every year there are accidents and even deaths, but the tradition continues.
They're off. Wow!
35 floats in total tackle this course at the same time.
So when you get down these very narrow streets in particular, it's really, really dangerous because that is a 4-ton load on top. When they turn the corners, they can bash into the corner of buildings. 2 legs. It's crazy. It's like bull running in Spain, but madder.
After 3 hours of rehearsal, the teams take a breather.
Were there any dangerous moments, any times when you were a bit worried?
もう何回も倒れそうになりましたね。もう気持ちで目いっぱい行きました。これも人類の平和やからね、祭りができるようになって。
Do you have the energy to do 2 more days, long days.
もう全然バッチリです。もうムキムキで。
So I joined the hundreds of thousands of spectators for the real thing, the biggest event of the year.
Right now we've got a perfect vantage point and they're about to do what is called Yaramashi, which is the really dangerous corner turn.
なものとかとこう結びついてる日本の昔からの神様とかそういうものと結びついていて多分心の中にずっとあるものかなと思う。でも単純にかっこいい。
We're now doing what surprisingly few visitors to Japan do, which is to leave behind the main island of Honshu and head out to explore one of the thousands of others.
My next destination is Japan's 4th biggest island, Shikoku, where the roads become narrow and winding, and you're surrounded by dense forests of cedar trees.
The views from up here are simply stunning. We're now in the mountains on the western side of the island.
The Aya Valley. In the 11th and 12th centuries, these remote highlands were a perfect hideaway, literally.
Right, I'm now going to relive a bit of ancient Japanese history. We're really inland and remote here, up in the mountains, and this is where disgraced or defeated warriors would escape to. So this is the legendary Kazurabashi Bridge, apparently about 1,000 years old, made of vine and wisteria. Here we go, it's supposed to be really dodgy to cross. But hey, if warriors did it before, so can I. The plan would be, you would get across this bridge and then cut the vines so that the enemy couldn't catch you. Mind you, getting across the bridge in the first place is hard enough. The gap between these planks of wood here is, I'd say, large enough to have your foot go through. Are you okay? Well, look at that, they're just sprinting across here. You're doing very well. So these guys are using the side railings, which is very sensible, but I think the real samurai way is to walk across through the middle, so I'm going to do that.
"15 metres up and 150 feet across, this bridge is today reinforced with steel girders and rebuilt every 2 or 3 years.
Yes, what a samurai can do, I can do.
So further inland we go, and the stranger things become.
So I'm now walking into a village, Nagano, which on the face of it is like many other rural villages in Japan. It's peaceful, serene, and quiet. Almost too quiet.
Nagoro is going through the same process as thousands of other villages here, a low birth rate and an exodus from the countryside to the big city, leaving an alarming number of new ghost towns. But one lady who returned to her home village to look after her elderly father was dismayed by this trend and vowed to try and repopulate the village after a fashion.
Konnichiwa.
こんにちは。
Ayano-san?
はい、綾野です。こんにちは。
Rajan. Nice to meet you
はい。
and your friends.
このばあちゃんは初美ちゃんやかな。初めは大阪からここに帰ってきて、畑とかするでしょ。種をまいたんですけど、全然その芽が出てこなくって、ちょっとかかしでも作ってみようかなと思って。
Now it's become a cottage industry. Using old newspapers and clothes donated by fellow villagers and well-wishers, Ayano has created her own scarecrow community.
We will call it Hero.
It takes 2 days to prepare and make each scarecrow, and now there are 350 of these mannequins, way outnumbering the 10 villagers left here. Some people may find this scene rather spooky. But for Ayano, it's brought unexpected celebrity. Tourists arrive in regular numbers from all over the world, and there's an annual Scarecrow Festival. Now it's time to take the new boy to find some friends.
I think I'm more attached to these scarecrows than Ayano-san is, frankly. Wow.
机持ってきますね。机をね。ちょっと待ってね。
This is amazing.
生徒が一人増えました。
Astonishing.
Ayano used to attend this school, as did most other locals, but 2 years ago it closed down. So she's preserved it for posterity, frozen it in time from its last ever day.
ちっちゃいからもう先生の前行きましょうか。先生の前に。私が小学校だった頃はそういうお店も何軒かありましたんで賑やかでした。盆踊りとかもね、ここの学校に集まって踊りもしたりしました。ですがその頃自分の小さい時は子供もたくさんいてたんで、2人だけしかも最後いなかったんですけど、その子供たちがおる時はしたりしてましたんで、学校がなくなって子供たちの声が聞かないので、それは寂しいです。取り上げられるでしょ。で自分のところの村おこし町おこしに行って、ここへ習いに来られて、団体で来られて、あちこちに今されてます、四国の中でも。
From a community on the verge of extinction to one forever on the edge of danger. My next destination takes me 600 kilometers south to Japan's third largest island and the city of Kagoshima, in the shadow of the country's most volatile mountain, Sakurajima. Japan is home to 108 active volcanoes, more than almost any other country. Beneath us, 3 peaks of the volcano and 2 craters. There are 3 eruptions a day on average from Sakurajima, and today it's happily gurgling sulfuric gases, making the air pungent.
100 years ago, there was a massive eruption from this volcano, which basically joined it to the main island. It used to be a separate island. In fact, all the time, new islands are being created across Japan because of volcanic activity. 5,000 people live in this area. Their daily lives constantly affected, basically, by what this volcano does.
So what's it like actually living down there? Only a couple of months before our visit, 77 people here were evacuated. Akira Omura is a local tour guide who's lived here for 6 years, and he says he loves the energy of the place. First stop, an unusual beach, where the sand isn't really sand, but lava ash.
橋の下岩がありますよね。とかあっちの方にも岩が見えますよね。これ全部溶岩です。
Tourists who he meets are always surprised that the volcano erupts so frequently and that people actually live here. But that's because they're so well prepared.
防災訓練は必ず年に一度、島を挙げて行われています。で例えばどんなことをするかと言いますと、本当に大規模な噴火が起きる時には、住民はですね船で桜島の外に逃げていくんですね。
The monitoring equipment here is some of the best in the world, and locals take the danger in their stride.
Konnichiwa.
Mayumi Oyama was recently forced to evacuate from her beloved hometown.
その日はなんか仕込みわかります。仕込みをやっててお掃除してたのかな、そこ入ってて、でテレビが映ってるよね。それから防災無線がコメントで最初テストだと思ったの。で何気にこうテレビを見たらテロップが流れててテレビに、あこれ本当なんだ。
But in spite of the constant threat of upheaval, she wouldn't live anywhere else.
でもね一言を加えるならやっぱりそういう山だから山に敬意を払いながら。
And there are some fringe benefits from living in a volcanic zone. South of Kagoshima lies Ibutsuki, a unique hot spring resort. Basically, I'm about to be slow-baked in a sand oven of 50 degrees Celsius. For therapeutic reasons, I'm assured.
効能はですね、肩こり、腰痛、神経痛ですね。あと筋肉のほぐし。
It's hot. I'm sweating underneath here, and it's a very strange experience. But I think the thing is to just relax into it, I guess.
So at the end of my all too brief time in Japan, I'm struck by the sheer diversity of the country in terms of culture, landscape and people.
Yeah, you are smart.
You're good.
As soon as I got off the regular tourist trail, I encountered quirky, humorous, adaptable individuals who love to live life to the max. And ultimately, I'm left with a deep sense of serenity and tradition that is, I would venture to say, uniquely Japanese.
That was unlike anything.